believe that. Yes, I believe that. Yes, I believe that. Yes, I believe that. I believe God. I believe God. I believe God will do what He says. Trust and obey.
Praise the Lord. So glad to have you with us here at God's Got a Plan. Well, I have a very, very special program for you today, and I'm quite sure you want to get a pencil, paper, and you want to be able to, let's just say, join us today. I have not just a very special program, but I have a very special guest, and I believe that she's going to really be able to share some things with many of us, those of us who are parents. Matter of fact, the theme and topic of our program today is how to deal with the death of a loved one. And I know there are some of you out there that you might still be at that place where you're trying to get over or trying to get through these times of difficulty. Matter of fact, we just had the September 11th, the 9/11 with the World Trade, and many lives were taken in that horrendous act against the World Trade Center, the loss of thousands of lives, and many people are still grieving even through that. So I have a very special lady here today by the name of Gladyss. Matter of fact, I'm going to let her introduce herself to you today. I'm so glad to have you on the program today.
Nice to
And
meet you.
we just want to be able to get this word out in reference to really what you've gone through, and let's just say the hardship and the comfort that you needed to find. I believe in God and in family support, and I believe there was a church and organization that really stood out and helped you, and so on and so forth. So why don't you start by telling us a little something about yourself? Matter of fact, you can look into the camera and you can tell some people about yourself.
Yes, thank you for having me,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Golson.
Yes.
My name is Gladyss Arevalo. I am from Bogota, Colombia. I am a political science of the Universidad Nacional de Colombia. I have a magister in international relations. I came to United States in August of 2012, and unfortunately my son passed away 3 months after we came to the United States. He was only 15 years old when he passed, and was a very difficult situation because I far away of my family. I have had planning to him in this country. 80% of our trip to here was for him. And he passed away on November 27, 2012.
Now, when you say he passed away, what contributed to his death? What happened? What contributed to his death?
Yes, he passed away by choking games.
Choking games.
Choking games.
Okay.
And I think that one important thing to help him to do that was because he liked to play violent video games.
Violent video games.
Violent
Yes.
video games.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that these games influence him to do that. Even though the teenagers play these games for funny, for the maybe somebody say to him, "You are not be able," and he said, "I am be able."
Yes. And and I think what's very something that really need to be made very clear and plain is the fact that you might be saying in your home, "Not my child," and this would never happen to my child. And I'm quite sure Gladyss said the same thing in her home. So, we have to really pay attention to what's coming, what our children are sitting before when they're sitting in front of that computer, because that computer is able to influence and to, let's just say, to cause them to put themselves in positions or situations that can be detrimental to their life, where they can end up doing like what her son did, and that was take his own life. Why? Because of the mere fact it was a game, a violent video game. So we want to be able to get the word out, and this is why we have our precious sister Gladyss on the air with us today, because I believe that this is something you need to pay attention to, because you don't want to feel or go through what she's gone through as a parent and as a mother, you know?
Yes.
So share some more about that.
Yes, he was my only child.
Uh-huh.
And my testimony is how to deal with the death of loved ones.
Yes.
Because I stay today, sit here, only because God saved me.
Wow.
Because in my own force are impossible.
Mm-hmm.
When my force finish, start the force from God to help me.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to share this message with the people.
Mm-hmm. You wanted to share this message with the people, mainly because I believe when we was talking, I believe you said that you even wanted to take your own life.
Yes.
You got headaches and you wanted to hurt yourself because of the loss of your son.
Yes, yes.
So it really impacted your life, you know, in a very hard way to lose your son.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Normally, Ivan came to my house at 4 p.m. And at the first day, this hour, the day was very difficult because I always waiting for him in my home. And I left to the university when I was studying English here in New York at maybe 3:30. And I was very desperate. I screamed to the heaven, Ivan, where are you? Where are you? I miss you a lot of. And I went to the train station, and I think it finished my hair and it finished my pain.
Yes.
I don't think before Ivan passed in commit suicide, but this day I was very desperate.
Okay.
And I tried to jump into the subway,
The subway, the train.
in the left side.
Yes.
And immediately I feel a very hard pain in this part of my head of the right side. And he pushed me to the other side.
Oh boy.
Yeah, very difficult. And when I go to the train, I sit in the train, and God started to talk to me in my mind, in my heart. You can't do that.
Good.
Because if you do that, you never go to meeting with your son again.
Right.
Because I promised to you the eternal life.
Yes.
Many good things he put in my mind, in my heart. When I came to my house, I have the Bible in the dinner table.
Yes.
And I start I open the Bible in not intentional place. I read, I open the Bible, and I can start to read the Psalm 116.
Yes.
116.
Yes. Yes.
It is beautiful.
Yes.
And he said, thanksgiving God for saving me to the death.
Yes.
And it's like he talked to me.
Yes. Yes.
And
yes.
I never think in something like that
Yes.
after this situation.
So you found comfort in reading Psalms 116 because God was able to speak to your condition in your situation and to let you know that it's okay and you know that your son's okay, and he didn't want you to do anything to yourself that would, you know, cause you not to meet up with him again, because it's not about suicide or taking yourself, you know. Because now when you look at what has happened, you can now touch the lives of many people out here in the world by telling them, you know, what not to do. And I believe this organization you started, you founded a organization you're working on now, and you're trying to make some things happen in reference to being able to get the word out to those mothers that are out there. And you're trying, matter of fact, you even gave me a testimony coming over about a young child, a young kid that wasn't doing well in school, that you was able to mentor, and you was able to say some things to him, and he ended up doing very well in school, and so on and so forth. So that's a credit as to what you're doing. So, you know, and I would imagine, you know, when you're dealing with these young people, you might consider them as your own child, you know, like one of your own children, because you want to see them succeed like you wanted your child to succeed. You know, so that's the love of a mother. You're a good woman. You're a good woman. And, you know, and I was looking at the Youth with a Purpose, and, you know, this is an organization that you started, and you're trying to really get that up and running because you want to be able to, let's just say, have a place where people can come, where they can fellowship and, let's just say, get that word of strength and a word of direction to help them to work through the loss or whatever they might be going through.
Yes. The idea with this organization start because there is another hard pain when the kids pass away, because you don't want to the word loss forget your child. Yes. You your first question is what happened with his life? What happened with his life's purpose?
Yes.
And I did this. I planning to do this organization in his memory, because a lot of kids need to help a lot of families too, especially immigrant families, and I try to help with my history, with my experience, with everything that I can help the people. We support families in when they lost their loved ones, and I support families. They provide the teaching English from the Spanish parents, because it is important for them, because most of the Spanish childs drop off the school because they don't have enough support in this family, because they need the English language to communicate with the teacher, with the schools and everything. And the other topic is
scholarships.
Getting scholarships, and the other is to understanding the dangers of the violent video games.
Yes. So these are topics that you speak about. Whether it's workshops, what you call it, conferences, or retreats, or something like that. And this is for men, women, everybody. This is for families.
For families, everybody.
Yes. And you're also looking for, I believe, translators to come and, you know, to kind of assist and help also, right?
Yes, I invited to participate in my organization, translators, because I want to my message bring to a lot of people in different language.
Yes. So this is good. And I believe you were doing this. How long have you been doing this now?
I started in May 2013.
13, okay. So was that the year that your son, when did your
4
son?
months after.
4 months after
he passed away.
Okay, then you started. Yes. And here it is 2015, and you still carry the loss and still feel the pain of that. So, you know, we just know that I believe that God is going to really use you in a very special way because something like that, you sometimes need, we can talk about God, but sometimes I need to be able to just have contact with
Yes.
someone, just to be able to touch somebody and they can feel me. Because there are times we talk about, oh God, where are you? But I can't feel you. But when I can feel you and touch you and you bring the sensitivity, plus you know what it means to go through because you have the experience.
Yes.
So that's what's beautiful about you. And you have a lot of love that you carry for something like that. So I'm hoping that those of you viewing the program today, if you know someone or if you're dealing with a situation, where you might have the loss of a loved one, I would say it would be good if you can reach out to our precious sister Gladyss. Matter of fact, towards the end of the program, we're going to list her contact information. Matter of fact, I met you through the Women's Rights Center
Oh, yes.
in Inglewood, New Jersey.
Yes.
What's her name? Juanita Turner.
She was
She's
very
like my angel.
special.
She's a very
Yes.
special lady, and I thank God for her.
Yes.
And I'm quite sure she's been a blessing to you and will, guide you through whatever you need in order to bring you to that place. So they're doing a great work there in Inglewood at the
Yes.
Women's Rights Center because they're helping a lot of young ladies there, families, single families. Matter of fact, Juanita was letting me know about another family that was homeless, and they tried to get them into a place to stay. But there was also a church, I believe, in Corona
Yes.
that you were affiliated with
yes,
in New York City.
Yes. Even though Ivan passed away, God sent to me and my family blessings
Okay.
to recover
Okay.
from that.
Uh-huh.
My first blessing is my husband,
Yes.
who is the Ivan stepfather.
Okay.
But he support me a lot of, especially at the beginning. Like I said, I am alone here. My
Yes.
family is in Colombia.
Right,
We have 3 months only when this thing happened.
Yes.
And he was very special. Um, the second help that I had is because his algebra teacher came to our house in the same with Ivan Passett and invited us to go to the Compassion Friends.
Okay.
That is to help the people who lost the sons.
Yes.
And the other is the International Center of Integral Theotherapy.
Yes. Yes.
They
Yes.
got sent to my house 2 persons.
Oh, 2 people.
Two,
Okay.
two
Yes.
people to
Yes.
talk with me
Uh-huh.
because at the beginning I called them because I want to go to the church, but we don't have enough time to do that.
Yes.
But
yes.
they have my telephone number. They call me, and they open in my house a prayer group and the Bible study.
Okay.
And we don't stay alone on this difficult time.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Yes.
And I learned a lot of things from them about the God, the Bible, that about His promise. And I start to study in the Bible what happened with the people when
It was
lost at their
of a loved
loved
one.
ones.
Yes, 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 yes. So that's the International Center of Integral
Theotherapy. Theotherapy.
Yes. So that's beautiful.
Yes.
And they're located in Corona.
Corona.
Roosevelt Avenue in Corona, New York.
Yes.
That's in Queens, New York. Yes.
This
yes.
one, because they have in all of the cities,
in
all of the countries, most of the
yeah.
countries, and everything.
Okay, but this is the particular one that supported you
Yes, yes.
and helped you. Okay, so that's beautiful. So you were living in New York at the time, and
In
now
Queens,
you're
yeah.
here in New Jersey.
In
okay.
Gladyss, New Jersey. Yes.
Okay. So, and I guess you wanted to make a change after the loss of your son. I guess you were looking to make a change
Yes.
of environment, so on and so forth. So it's good to know that there's a church out there that's able to meet the needs and help you to grow spiritually
Yes.
so that you can, see beyond your hurt. You had to be able to see beyond your hurt. And now you're at a place where you can feel again. Not, you feel the pain of the loss for your loved one, but you can also feel the pain in the loss of another parent
Yes.
that might lose a child. So this is why this is like your mission. This is
Yeah.
your mission. Or I would say this is your ministry now. This is your ministry.
You're right there.
And you want to go out and you want to tell somebody. So I would tell you, if you ever really want to meet someone that is really able to, let's just say, to help you get through, that can really support you and to let you know the ins and outs of the let's just say the carrying that weight of hurt. Because myself, I'm fortunate enough, my son, I didn't lose any of my sons, too soon. But those of you who are dealing with that, and you really need to be able to get some counseling. And I think this is why godly counseling is really very important. And someone like Gladyss, I'm sure she's able to meet you where you're at because she was where you're at or where you might have been. And like we said, you can carry this hurt for years. So please, it behooves you not to take advantage of this opportunity to be able to reach out to this woman of God and let this woman of God guide you through the hurt, the pain, the discomfort of a loss of a loved one. And it's so much that can be said today. Is there anything you want to say to them personally or directly in
Yes.
reference to?
Yes, my leader, her name is Alba Yepes in this church. He always show us, my husband and me, and you can't to learn everything for them because we don't go to the psychiatrist, we don't go to the psychologist,
Yes.
we don't take medicine.
Yes.
We only have theotherapy. It's the therapy from God to the man, or to the
Okay.
human beings.
Yes, beautiful.
And it's free.
And it's free. Yes, yes.
It's the difference with the
Well,
medicine.
the only cost is time.
Time.
You have to be willing to give up your time.
Time.
Because I found there's a saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So, we can bring you this type of information to help you, hoping that, you'll hear that something that's going to be able to, let's just say, help equip you so you can deal with these situations that are designed to hurt you. So we have about 5 minutes to go, and I think it would be good if you can just speak to someone in the camera there that needs to hear a personal message from you. Give them a personal message.
The personal message is I don't want to compare the pains. I don't want to compare anything. But most of the people are agree that when you lost the child, it's the most terrible situation to the people because you never wait something like that. And I find in my Bible all the answers that I need to overcome my trouble. And I am sure that if you suffer for anything, you find the answers in the words of our Lord, like I can find. Because in this Bible, I have, when one color of the paper, when the God talk about the dead. And in the other color, in green, the promise.
The promise.
The promise, thank
Yes,
you,
yes.
that they give to the people
The hope.
about the
Yes,
hope.
yes,
Yes, the
yes,
hope
yes.
about that.
Okay. All right. So, and that's why, when I look at, let's just say where you have come from in reference to the hurt that you carried and still carrying, but not as bad as it was.
Yes.
but you realize it is God who helped you through this.
Yes.
And as the name of this show, it says what? God's got a plan. So we
God's got a
realize
plan,
you are
yeah.
now you're still part of God's plan. God's working something out in your life now that is
Yes.
going to impact other people's lives. Imagine, and this isn't something that we wanted to happen. I'm sure you didn't want this to happen. And I wouldn't want this to happen to anybody. But would you be doing this program? Would you started this ministry if you didn't have the loss of your son? If your son didn't die the way he did because of the violent video games and stuff like that, you probably never would have thought about starting this ministry.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I
So
understand.
you have to be able to see, even through the bad situation that has taken place in your life, now you can see the greater good that's
Yes.
going to come out of this because of the loss of your loved one. And now you're going to be able to gain access into many homes and into many lives, and hopefully change the future of a lot of people.
Yes.
Because you want to bring them into their destiny. Your son wasn't able to fulfill his destiny or his purpose,
Yes.
okay, because his life, he was gone too soon. But the
Very
lives
soon,
that too
yeah.
soon, but now the lives that you touch will hopefully be able to bring forth that something that will help them to fulfill their dreams, come into a legacy, and live the life that they're meant to live, because you have stepped in and you brought words of comfort and given parents some instructions in reference to what to do, what not to do, what to look for, because it can be right there in front of us and we still don't see it, but you can wake them up, open their eyes to really what's in this computer and the damage and what it can do to families and what it can do to our children if we're not paying attention. So you're a powerful woman. I really compliment you, and I'm so glad I'm able to get you on the show to do what we're doing. We're putting your information up on the screen even now, and please, we want to just give a special thanks and shout out to Juanita Turner, the women at the Women's Rights Center, who's supporting so many, and we want to give a special thanks to the what's the name of that church? The
International Center of Integral Theotherapy.
Therapy.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And I want to thank you too for what you've done and what you've brought to the program today. And I really want to be able to get you on the show again.
Yes.
I'm hoping we can get on the show again and we can talk about some other topics and some other things that you're doing, because you're a very interesting person. And
Thank you very much.
You have a lot to offer, and I believe that you're able to really, really, let's just say, add something, to people. And when I say add, bring something to people that can really help them get through. And as they travel down this highway called life. And life is what we make it, based upon the choices and decisions that we make. I'm thanking you today for making a choice and a decision to join me here at God's Got a Plan to share with my viewers and those that would see this program. We want to say thank you, and thank you for your strength.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your love, and we're going to continue to do what we do, okay?
Thank you for having me today.
God bless you now. God bless you. God bless you, viewers. Come back and see us again now. Same time, same place, in the same station.